Three concepts for never ending love. And the first one is reasons for divorce in young marriages. Then I'm going to teach you reasons for divorce in seasoned marriages. And finally, I'm going to teach you about lasting love, how to build lasting love. Young marriages, I'm talking of between 0 and 5 years. And sometimes this can go all the way to 10 years, depending on how fast you're growing. Remember, you will never accidentally grow. All couples have good intentions, but marriages don't work because of good intentions. You've got to be intentional. You've got to be deliberate. There could be many reasons. My list is not exhaustive by any stretch of the imagination, but I want you to pick some of these 5 reasons and see what you need to address. Number 1 on the list, feeling that you deserve someone better than your own spouse. You become dissatisfied over time, and this will trick you into making mistakes. You start remembering a boyfriend who had proposed to you and you didn't agree. A girl you had seen when you were in college or in your first job or in a business trip. And you see, your wife could also be having a great strength, could be having great qualities too, if you just get out of cloud 9 and come back to reality. You see, whatever you focus on expands. If you focus on fault, you see them more. They get magnified in your sight. If you focus on somebody's strength, you begin to see it more and more. If you have been seeing a lot of fault in your partner, you've been focusing on fault. Don't be a gifted fault finder as though there's a reward for it. You develop people in the same manner in which you mine gold. When you're mining gold, you remove tons and tons of dirt, but you don't go in the quarry looking for the dirt. You get in there looking for the gold. The gold could be as small as this water bottle, and the dirt could be as much as this entire room. But you go focusing on the gold, not focusing on the dirt. Dig for the gold. What you focus on expands. Number 2, feeling constrained. And this could be in a number of areas. First, unfortunately for some of us, it could even be in bed. But for most of us, it's because you want to climb up your career ladder and you feel the other person holding you back. You feel like you're losing some opportunities. They may be separating you from your family because you're being posted elsewhere. Or you feel there's a gift within you that the other party is holding back. If that is you, then the odds are very high you may not stay together. If you feel somebody is destroying your dreams, you're not likely to fulfill your potential. So what do I do if he's doing that? The odds are high he's not doing that. The odds are very, very high. You are not communicating your intents in a respectful manner. So they are being blocked. It's true, there are some people who can block your career ladder because of their own inner insecurities. They don't want to see you with more degrees or more money. They don't want to see you climb up the position. But these are exceptionally few people. The overwhelming majority of people, they start destroying your dream when you start destroying theirs. That's what goes on. You can achieve whatever you want in life if you just help enough people get what they want. It is in the process of helping the other party to achieve their dreams that they also help you to achieve their dreams. You must never compete in marriage, complement in marriage. Number 3, lack of communication. And this is the primary reason I took more time to deconstruct what communication means to you in a very simple way. Because this term is always used, poor communication. That's why I say, let's look at this in its proper light. What is this that you say? What does he hear? What does she say? What does he hear? In my notes I wrote, communication isn't just about talking to each other. And I wrote this because all couples talk, few communicate. An assumption is the very termite of relationships. The assumption that communication has taken place. That's why I recommend you use the idiom talking stick, or you do like I do in my house, have your talking box. Because it's possible for you to be talking, but you're not communicating. Communication is when you receive feedback from the other party and confirm not just the words, but those who are the intents of your words. So you're looking both at the verbal and the nonverbal cues, including facial expressions and gestures. Whether you are agreeing with that party or not, you're not challenging their emotions. Number 4, unmanaged expectations, which are the very seabed of defeat and frustrations. For many, marriage is the next step in the way of life. We get into marriage with expectations from each other and from each other. And at times, the expectations are not mutually set. You had an imagination of where you should be living by now, what type of a car you should be driving. Even some people come together in marriage and one wanted to go and study immediately after carpeting this person into marriage. That's when you want to go for further studies, but you didn't want to risk losing a husband. So you do a quick wedding and rush to Germany for further studies. It was a project in your list. He is a project. Or you wanted to work out of the country. If you're in a marriage and one of you is chasing after money and the other one is chasing after purpose, you're likely to conflict. My conviction, you must never pursue money. You end up, look at Eden, regrettably, for 60,000 bribe, he lost a 2.5 million job. But I think it's not 2.5. Think about what could have happened, the trickle-down impact in his career. Yeah? If you think about it in the lens of future, that could have been 1 billion shillings lost. You agree with me? And sometimes two people get into marriage, and I have so many people, I don't want to mention some of them, you know them. They are public figures. The only reason they parted is because one party wanted to work clean, and the other party believed in shortcuts. Each party assumes expectations will automatically be met. That's not the case. Finally, for the young couples in our midst, insecurity and mistrust. Do you really trust your spouse? Do you get agitated, uneasy, and suspicious whenever they talk with an opposite gender? Trust is an important pillar in marriage. And if you can't trust your spouse, then that marriage can't survive. But the question is, why are they losing trust in you? Have you given them reasons not to trust you? Because if your spouse has lost confidence in you, it is also a call for you to introspect. If you look at these 5 items, which one do you think you need to address as a young couple? But I want us to go beyond that and think about the more seasoned marriages. You're here, you've been married for over 15 years. I think I want to give a gift to a couple who has been married longest. Let me say this. By a show of head, anyone in our midst who's been married for 30 years plus?